You ever have this is weird, but I don't know why, like, this has been my thing this morning. Have you ever had a craving? You ever, like, crave something so much that you know it's not going to go away until you actually get that thing that you're craving?
All the time. That's how I basically live my life. My stomach rules my life. It's very sad.
I've had, like, the craving for this one particular thing for maybe like the past couple of weeks, but I haven't done anything about it. And then this morning, I don't even know what it is. There was not a commercial. I didn't hear anything or anything. I just woke up and I was like, today, I have to have this. And it's something simple. Like,
what is it?
I just want to go and get a soft pretzel with cheese dip.
Soft pretzels are so good.
Well, I mean, I'm from the home of soft pretzels.
I know. I still get what do you call them? Email alerts for the pretzel place that you brought pretzels from for that first Zed Head barbecue at Avelino's house.
Philly Pretzel Factory?
Yeah. I still get emails from them.
That's where I'm going when we're done recording.
Oh, well, that's a good choice.
Yeah, I'm going to Philly Pretzel Factory. I'm getting... Well, I mean, and the other thing is, like, Philly soft pretzels are so cheap. It's like $4 for 5 pretzels.
Are you getting 5 pretzels?
Oh, I'll save some for later. Oh. I will absolutely save a couple. I'm not going to eat all 5 now. I'm going to have 1, maybe 2, and then the other ones are going to sit for like you can't let them sit for any more than like a day or 2, though. Because then they
not like the stuff your cup peanut butter cup where we ate ours, I think, for like a month.
Oh yeah, mine took me like 2 weeks, which was ridiculous. So ridiculous. If you haven't noticed, welcome to another movie swap,
where we talk about movies and food.
There's your intro for the week. Movies and food. Hey, we said it from the very beginning. This was all about the movies and the little other
and whatever else.
Derailed conversation comes with it. So
seems I was singing at a lounge last night.
Too much cigarette smoke.
Oh gosh. I hate cigarette smoke. Like, I used to be a smoker.
Me too.
And I hate cigarette smoke. I walk around it now and I'm just like, oh gosh, it smells so bad. And then if it's raining and I see somebody smoking, I know how bad they're going to smell once they go inside. Because I don't know if you know that, like, I've just been in the rain smoker smell.
It smells like it smells like a wet dog that smoked.
Like, with a hint of old cheese. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Oh, okay, I've never heard the old cheese part, but I can smell it. I can smell it. That's how bad that is. And being an ex-smoker myself, like, that's how I know. That's how I can smell it.
Right, exactly, because we used to smell like that. And now I just look at everybody and I'm like, come on, guys, it's 2023. Let's just, put them away. Don't need cigarettes anymore. If you really need it, go get a vape that smells like bubble gum, please, for the love of God. Yes. Go get a bubble gum vape.
Oh God, man,
you're killing your lungs either way.
I look back at it and I'm like, I don't know why I did it. I really don't.
Well, I started because I thought I looked cool. And then I kept going because it was the only time. If you ever worked in a restaurant, it is the only time any manager will give you a break is if you say, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette. You get a 5 to 7 minute break. If you don't smoke, you don't get that break because you have to cover the floor for the smokers. So what do? You become a smoker so that you can also get the 5 to 7 minute break.
Well, because also if you pretend to smoke just to take the break, you will end up smoking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I smoked for so long, because I was a server / bartender for 15 years. So of course I smoked that long. And I tried to quit millions of times, but everybody's on break. And I know what they're doing.
It's like that episode of Friends with Jennifer Aniston.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I totally feel every moment of that episode. I totally understand what she's doing. And then Chandler, just by hearing about it, what happens? He starts smoking again because it's just something that happens. Oh, smoking. You know what? Quitting smoking was the hardest thing I ever did in my life.
I did it relatively, I don't want to say it was easy because it was not easy. I quit cold turkey, and I'll tell you, I'll freely admit this, because when I quit smoking, I also quit drinking, and I quit drinking coffee because they were crutches.
Not anymore.
No, they were two things. They were two things that I felt like went hand in hand. Like anytime I drank, I wanted to smoke. Anytime I had coffee, I wanted to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to give up everything that made me want to smoke. And I can tell you, giving up cigarettes, coffee, and alcohol for a good year and a half, I was a prick. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie at all. I was a total prick. I was miserable. I hated people. I hated going out.
What did you take up first?
What did I take up first once I started?
What did you go back to first? Yeah.
Coffee, yeah.
Yeah. I gave up caffeine for a year and a half, and then I realized at the end of the school year last year, I wasn't going to survive next school year if I didn't start putting caffeine back in my life. So now I drink a half caffeinated cup of coffee every morning, and then that gives my brain permission to have a Diet Coke at about 2:00 if I really need it.
Your brain is like, okay, she turned the ignition, we're good.
Yeah. I mean,
I've been started.
Like my anxiety went away when I stopped caffeine, but at the same time, like I was dragging every day, and that was a year and a half later.
Now that we're on caffeine, I tried something new last night. Little Caesars has their own, you know how like all these different sodas try different flavors and such. Little Caesars
like Sonic.
But Little Caesars has their own exclusive new flavor with Pepsi.
Of course they do. What is it? The pizza Pepsi?
No, it's Pepsi pineapple.
Oh.
I tried it last night. It's been sitting in my fridge for over a week. I finally tried it last night.
Wait, as a can, right? It's been sitting in your... Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it's a can. No, they just poured it into a little sippy cup. I've been sitting in my fridge for like...
You said Little Caesars, man. I don't know. I didn't know if you went and got a fountain drink and just said, I'm going to drink you later in my tummy.
No, it's only available in cans. I tried it last night. It was okay.
I love pineapple.
Little sweeter than I'm used to for a soda.
Pepsi has no flavor to me, so adding any flavor into Pepsi is a good idea.
Oh, I'm totally a Coke drinker over Pepsi.
Yeah, Diet Coke for life.
Coke vanilla for life for me.
See,
vanilla Coke.
People always wonder why I'm Diet Coke for life, and it's my dad used to drink it like he would drink it like it was his job. And so I grew up on Diet Coke, not on Coke. I never had Coca-Cola until I think I tasted it in my teens or something like that. And I was like, what?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I would rather drink Diet Coke Zero than anything Pepsi puts out.
I'd rather drink Mountain Dew than Pepsi.
I love Mountain Dew, so that's not a bad thing for me. I'd rather drink, oh crap, what is the name of the Fresca? Yeah.
Don't knock Fresca. My whole house loves Fresca.
You mean grapefruit flavored embalming fluid?
Listen, I can't have grapefruit. I can't have grapefruit because I'm on medication that forbids me from having grapefruit. But the men in my house, my son and my husband, they get the little cans of Fresca, and that's like a big treat in my house.
But I mean, I would rather drink Fresca than anything Pepsi puts out.
Yeah, I hate Pepsi. I'm sorry, Pepsi people. If you're listening to this weird podcast, I'm sorry.
The only Pepsi, and the sad part is that there is somebody in the Zhead group that I believe works for Pepsi. So
Well,
if they're listening, I apologize. The only Pepsi product I can tolerate is wild cherry Pepsi. I can drink that.
Is mug root beer Pepsi? Because if it is, I love mug root beer. I love root beer. I never liked root beer until I got pregnant.
Mug root beer is Pepsi. Yeah.
Okay. Then
I can drink that
like
too.
I like mug root beer a lot. That's the best root beer to put in a root beer flute. No, Barks is pretty good.
That's what I was going to say. I would go with Barks.
And Virgil's root beer. Have you ever had Virgil's root beer? Comes in bottles.
I've had
glass bottles.
It's been a long time. We are so off topic right now.
You started it.
I know.
I have craving for pretzels.
There's a root beer. Oh shit. I can't think of it now. Hank's root beer is really good too.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Hank's root beer.
Hank's is from Philly.
I guess I got to go to Philly.
I don't know if you can find it outside of Philly or not.
Well, maybe. Good thing I love Philly, so that's good.
That's true.
Yeah, I do. I love me some Philly.
Let's talk some movies.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do that.
Is that what we're here for?
Yeah. I don't know why we're here.
So I think it's my week to go first to talk about my homework. My homework from you, or your daughter rather.
Yes, from Danny.
Danny.
Danny was outraged you hadn't seen this movie.
It was The Tomorrow War.
Yes.
With Chris Pratt, Yvonne Strahovski from 2021. It was an Amazon original movie.
Well, Yvonne Strahovski's also from Handmaid's Tale. For people that watch Handmaid's Tale, she's Serena Joy.
She's also Sarah Walker from Chuck. That's how I know her, well before Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah, but she's famous right now, I think, for Handmaid's Tale.
That's totally fine, but she'll always be Sarah Walker to me. And J.K. Simmons, who I did not know was in this movie until I started watching it.
He is great in this movie.
So let me start with this.
Oh, and Dunstan is in the movie too.
Yes.
I don't know his real name, but Dunstan from New Girl. Anybody that's watched New Girl, he's Winston's partner that can't seem to grip onto anything, and he's a total fool of a cop.
Oh, wait, who? Oh, yeah. Wait. Isn't that Marilyn Rice Cub? No, who was Dunstan's partner in New Girl? I don't remember.
Was Winston.
Winston's not in this movie.
No. Dunstan.
Yeah.
Dunstan was his name from New Girl. Winston in New Girl was a cop.
No, I remember that. I don't remember his partner.
His partner was Allie at first, who ended up being his girlfriend. Yes. And then they stopped being partners for a little bit because Winston had feelings for Allie, and he got this new partner named Dunstan, who had night blindness, and he was a night cop, and he never...
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Sam Richardson is the actor.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love him. I thought he was fantastic in Tomorrow War.
So I want to start by saying this. Danny was outraged that I did not see this movie.
Correct.
By the end of this movie, I was also outraged that it took me this long to watch this movie.
Because it's awesome.
And when I posted about it on Facebook that I was watching it, I had a number of people commenting "Oh, this movie's great." Like our friend Steve Brown, who is huge because he's ex-military, is huge into war movies, and he was he was saying "Oh, this is one of my top 5 favorite war movies." I'm like, really? Okay, that's high praise.
Yeah.
I will freely admit that it took me a little bit to get into it. I was I was trying to wrap my head around the whole concept of everything that was happening. So for maybe like the first 15 to 20 minutes, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get into this because Kristin knows how big of a Back to the Future fan I am. So like when it comes to like time travel movies, I'm very picky. I don't know if I'm buying this whole concept. Like if they send somebody from the present to the future and they die there, doesn't that change the future?
No, they explain it really well.
I know. I'm getting to it.
Oh, sorry.
I'm getting to that.
I'm so sorry. I'll just let you talk.
So like this is how my brain works when I'm watching time travel movies. Like, no, this is creating paradoxes. The future is changing constantly if this is the system that they're using, so it doesn't work. So for like the first 15 to 20 minutes, as I'm trying to like understand the concept and everything, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to be into this. And then by the end of the movie, I remember, like, by the very end of the movie, the moment the credits started rolling, my first thought was, "Holy shit, that was awesome!" Mm-hmm. Because you're right, they do eventually start to explain, how everything works. You're only qualified to go if you're no longer alive by the time that they're sending you to, so you can't be alive in two different timelines at one time.
What a mind trip.
But it still doesn't mean the future can't change by sending people.
Right.
Which is still kind of paradoxical because that part is not explained. So let's just say, I mean, unless this is just something you're supposed to understand, and that in addition to your death being at a certain point, maybe also like they also look into, well, are you going to father any more children, between now and then? And if you are, then you're not eligible to go because that will change the future. Mm-hmm. That's not something that they explained, but that's something that I thought of. It's like, well, what if Chris Pratt was meant to have another kid between now and then?
But they would have that information.
That's what I mean. And maybe you're just supposed to kind of lump that in with like the death and all that.
Well, because you learn that he wasn't really there for his family because he was always trying to like get his big break or whatever and into the private sector, like he was trying to do over and over and over again. So it seems that he was an absent father, and
he was going to become an absent father.
Right. And at least like the good part about this movie, I think, is that by the end of the movie, you realize that Chris Pratt's character, whose name I am forgetting, Dan
Forrester.
Thank you, Dan Forrester. Yeah. Thank you. He has completely changed his life, seeing his daughter as an adult, seeing how she turned out, saving the world. He gave his father a second chance. He gave his family gave him a second chance. Like, he changed the course of his life, which is wonderful because with the tomorrow war kind of taken out of the future, anything is possible.
Well, so because this is a time travel movie and I always find them very trippy. Like, I was constantly making theories. Like, I totally called Yvonne Strahovski being his daughter. Like, that was a very easy call for me. I did not call.
That was not an easy call for me.
I totally called that before that happened. Like, the moment I saw her and the way they were working together, I'm like, oh, like the time wise, it's 30 years later. Oh, that's totally his daughter. Like, that's going to be the big twist. And it was. I was not expecting feeling emotional during some of their conversations. Especially where she tells him everything that she knows, like how he, by like my 9th birthday, you and mom were separated.
Yeah.
By my 16th birthday, and then on my 16th birthday, like I was in the hospital. I was by your side when you died. Like that, like they tried to keep me out of the room. I was like, why am I getting choked up at this? Like, this is crazy.
Because they had really good father-daughter chemistry for being the same exact age as each other.
I thought about that too. I was like, is this weird for her to call him dad?
But it worked, right?
I know they're actors, but is it kind of weird? No, it totally worked. It absolutely totally worked.
And J.K. Simmons, like, let's talk about his character for a second.
Cool. His character, so again, you want to talk about like emotional beats in the movie and emotional moments. That fight scene where it's the two of them taking on the female Spike at the end was badass.
Yes.
And the moment when his father stood up and then cut his hand to kind of lure him in, and he's apologizing to him, like, oh my God, like he's going to
I'm getting emotional just thinking about
it. And then all of a sudden, like, Pratt just jumps in from Dan Forrester jumps in from the side and throws him off, and he saves his dad. And then he introduces his dad to his daughter at the end of the movie. I'm like, this is like, yeah, God, it was so good. And I was, and again, going back to like how I was making predictions, like when they have that whole conversation about like how he becomes the absentee, she admits like he becomes the absentee father, he moves out, and then he dies, like, you know, on her 16th birthday. I'm started thinking, I'm like, why would he do this? Like, why would he become an absentee father? Like, he was so like he adored his daughter, adored his wife. Like, why would this happen? And then I started thinking, I'm like, oh, he's going to see her die. He's going to watch his daughter die, and it's going to destroy him, and he's never going to recover from it. And I honestly think that was why he became the absentee father. I think it probably was because he returned from the war. He had post-traumatic stress. He witnessed his daughter die, and he never recovered. However, the fact that they came up with the weapon, with the enzyme, changed that. When he realized he can make the war never even happen. That changes everything, because now he doesn't have to witness his daughter die. He saves, and that's the thing. Like, that's one of the key elements about Dan's character that I really loved, is that he didn't do this to save, excuse me, he didn't do this to save the world. He did it to save his daughter.
But he also, I mean, you get that sense of him in the first, like, 20 minutes of the movie when they're having the party and they see him on the phone and stuff like that. He is trying to make his mark post-military. He is trying to get into the private sector. He has these ideas. He's obviously a very brilliant man, but he's not being taken seriously. And I think that while, yes, he was saving his daughter, it was also the fact that he also got to make his mark on the world that he has wanted to make. So he got to that self-fulfillment that I think he needed. And he also at the same time got to save his family. And that is, not only his family, but his father. He saved his relationship with his father. He saved his relationship with his wife. He saved his relationship with his daughter. Like, that to me is huge.
I see it a little differently. I get what you're saying about like how he wanted to go into the private sector and he couldn't do it. Excuse me. And I realized them throwing that into the movie was very clearly a setup for his character. Like, it had to add that. Man, sorry. It had to add that element to his character. I didn't see that though. I saw that by the end of the movie, he realized that wasn't what was important. It was his family that was important. And that's why everything that he did was for the sake of his family. He fixed it, like you said, he fixed his relationship with his father.
He shifted his priorities, the
whole going into the private sector was no longer important to him. It was more about his family, being there for them in that moment and saving the future for his family, which again, goes back to the point that I made earlier about his character, that I love the fact that he didn't do it to save the world. I mean, yes, that was obviously part of the plan. That's why he brought other people into it to help, to help fulfill this plan. But the main point, the main objective was to save his daughter's life.
Right.
So that he didn't have to watch it. So that she didn't have to die. Right. That's how I saw it play out.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I love the movie. I think that correct me if I'm wrong, but you're kind of dropped into the movie pretty quickly, right? It's them dropping out of the helicopter and onto the rooftop, right? And you're just sitting there going, what?
Well, the opening of the movie is them traveling through time, is the jump.
Right. Right.
And then it goes back to the past to kind of explain how you got to this point. And then you get to that point and you realize something went wrong, and they're not 5 feet off the ground like they're supposed to be. They're like 100 feet off the ground. And like 80% of the people that just jumped are plummeting to their deaths.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's only like 10 to 15 people that actually survive by landing in a rooftop pool.
Yeah, it's a frightening beginning to the movie because you just sit there and you're like, oh no, what are we watching?
There were a number of different characters that I loved. Obviously, Chris Pratt and J.K. Simmons, I loved. Betty Gilpin.
A very jacked J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, he is one of those actors. I lump him in the same regard of, this is very high praise. I lump him in the same regard of John Lithgow and Tom Hanks, meaning I don't think there's a movie of theirs I won't watch.
Okay.
And I don't think, and in the same regard of John Lithgow, because Tom Hanks has definitely done some movies that are not great. But he's at like a 90-10 percentage. So he's still doing
American
very well.
Treasure.
Oh, absolutely. He's still doing very well. But when you do,
we protect Tom Hanks at all costs.
When you're doing that, when you've done that many movies, you're bound to have some stinkers. John Lithgow, on the other hand, I can't think of one bad movie that man has ever done. I honestly can't.
He's Trinity.
Yeah. But I lump J.K. Simmons in with those two because I will watch anything J.K. Simmons has done, and I really can't think of a bad movie J.K. Simmons has done. There might be. I just can't think of it off the top of my head right now.
Yeah. No, he's great. He is. He's great. He's great in this movie. He's perfect in this movie. Somehow they figured out the perfect role that he was always meant to play. Because this role, I can't see anybody else playing Chris Pratt's father or Dan Forster's father in this particular movie.
Have you? So I've heard rumor that there's a possibility of a sequel.
How?
I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of something else that Chris Pratt has done, other than the Guardians movie. I'm actually going to look it up right now and see if there is a.
I still need you to edit Guardians 3 for me so I can watch it again. I can't do it.
As of April 8th, 2023, Chris McKay, the director, brings hope to the fans after years of silence for the Tomorrow War 2. But
how? What is the story that they're going to tell?
I don't know. I don't know. It just says director Chris McKay has finally broken his silence on what's going on with the long-awaited second part of the franchise.
Second part? Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, and he's quoted. I'm reading this for the first time, so because they released it worldwide on the same day. Same day as what? Literally, around the world. It was released on the same day everywhere. Okay. Literally, they released it around the world. I still get DMs from people from India and Brazil and people who are discovering it, who love the movie and love the characters and stuff like that. Ultimately, it was a really great experience, but it was one of those things where, of course, you're making a movie for the theaters. And then the movie was done and they were like, no, we're going to put it up on a streamer. It was a little bit of a hard pill to swallow because I'd seen it in theaters and I'd seen how it played. And still to this day, this has nothing about the sequel.
Yeah, but they should release it into the theaters. That would be fun. Release it like in Dolby.
Oh, okay. Here we go. The story is set in the near future in which humanity is losing a war against invading aliens. Turn the tide. Man is recruited.
Turn the tide. Blah, blah, blah.
In the past, McKay has expressed that he would like the sequel to be able to expand the world of time travel. So surely that will be the main focus of the second part.
Oh.
I don't know.
Expanding the world seems to me that it'll be a whole new cast. They won't revisit the same family.
Yeah, but I mean, how do you still do that unless this is other stories from the war before it's reversed.
I would either make like an extended version or a director's cut and put it in theaters.
I mean, look, how many times did John Connor stop the war in Terminator?
Too many.
Yeah, but Terminator 2 is one of the best freaking action
it is the
made.
best. Terminator 1 shouldn't even be in the same conversation.
But I mean, like, and that's a whole, war in the future, time travel to try and stop it kind of agenda. If they can keep making movies to that franchise, and where, even as a prime example, the second one is better than the first.
Yeah,
I would not put anything past.
They neutralized that alien threat, so it would have to be a completely new threat.
Or, that's a good possibility. Yeah, it could be a new threat. Or the aliens return.
Or it turns into like Minority Report.
Well, I mean, look at what they did with Independence Day. Independence Day.
I didn't watch the sequel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not bad. As a huge fan of the first one, it wasn't nearly as good, but it's not bad.
But Will Smith's not in it.
No, he's not.
Yeah. See, that's not Independence Day to me. Is Jeff Goldblum in it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The only original cast member who did not come back is Will Smith. And it wasn't because of lack of interest. It was scheduling conflicts. He wasn't able to come back.
But you wait for Will Smith and then you make the movie. You don't just say, I'm sorry, our star is having scheduling conflicts. No.
I'm sorry, but when you have a cast of 25 people, you don't wait for one.
Yeah, you wait for Will Smith. You wait for Will Smith and you wait for Jeff Goldblum, because those two are the two that made that movie what it is.
All right. But regardless.
Oh, I'm right.
Regardless.
We're not going to wait for Harry Connick Jr., but we're definitely going to wait for Will Smith.
You'd be waiting a long time because his character dies in the first one.
But I'm just making a point.
You can't, but from Hollywood's point of view, I get your point, but from Hollywood's point of view, you can't wait for one person's schedule to clear when you've already cleared the other 24.
Yes, you do.
Because
they'd wait for Tom Cruise. They would wait for Tom Cruise.
Because then, that's a good point. It's a very good point.
Oh my gosh, I shut you up. They're not going to make Mission Impossible without Ethan Hunt just because it's scheduling.
But Ethan Hunt is the star of the show. Will Smith was not.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he 100%.
No, Hillard was a star. He was not the star.
Yes, he was the star. That movie made Will Smith. It made him.
I'm not disagreeing with you that it made his career, but he was not a big star before that movie. Therefore, when he was brought into that movie, he was not the draw of the movie. He became a draw after that movie.
Who was the draw of the movie?
The whole cast. That was an ensemble cast movie. That was
they need their ensemble back. Listen, you're not going to I'm not backing down from this. You wait for Will Smith.
They did not say, "Oh, get me Will Smith for this."
Get me Will Smith.
He didn't have that kind of a draw before Independence Day. He had it because of Independence Day.
Well, okay, so now he has it. 20 years later? It's time.
But again, you make a sequel. You make a sequel to a movie that was an ensemble cast. You do the same thing with the sequel. It is an ensemble cast.
No.
And they did the proper thing rather than they did not recast Hillard. He is written out of the story because you can't replace Will Smith in that role. You can shake your head all you want. Anyway. The point I was trying to make is that for that movie, they set it up that the aliens return because before they were defeated in the first movie, they sent out a distress signal. And it took that long for them to come to Earth.
So you think that you could have the same logic applied
this
to
could be the
War.
same kind of thing, is like maybe something happens and that because they say in the Tomorrow War that this was a crash landing. They were not meant to land on Earth. They
so maybe when they woke them all up,
something happens and
something
it
triggers,
and that's
believable.
So rather than having been there the whole time, now they actually are coming to Earth at that time.
Would be...
So the war still happens, But now the only thing you changed is that they weren't there the whole time. Now they actually are arriving.
But by that logic, if that actually happens and they have the time traveling technology, that means that they would just come immediately after that war ended, right? I mean, it's time travel.
No, because if everything, who's to say everything still doesn't play out the same exact way? Because the only thing you changed was that they weren't there the whole time, is that they arrived there. So the whole war still plays out the same, meaning everything that just played out actually still happens, including that time antenna or whatever it is being destroyed, so that time travel is not available anymore until they're able to rebuild it.
Got it. Sorry. I was watching Endgame last night, so all I can hear is Paul Rudd saying time heist in the back of my head.
So wait, you're telling me Back to the Future was bullshit?
Hot tub time machine. Back to the Future. Don Cheadle and Paul Rudd in that scene where they're just naming off time traveling movies is one of my favorite parts.
But see, that part right there, that's my most relatable part of the movie, because that's me. I'm the person that while Tony Stark was talking about time travel and all this stuff, I'm the person that would be there being like, wait, Back to the Future, Hot Tub Time Machine, Terminator. Like, are we not paying attention to pop culture? Like, that's how I would be.
And then is it Tony Stark or is it Bruce Banner that says, are we really basing all of our science here on movies?
I think it's Bruce. Yeah. Like that's how I would be in that situation. But getting back to the movie, yeah, the special effects were great. The creatures were incredibly intense. What were they called? Spikes?
Oh, they were frightening.
Yeah.
I was surprised that my kids loved it as much as they did, just because I thought that they were frightening.
And I loved the element too. Like, they were asking, like, Nora, which is played by Marilyn Ricecab, who I love. She's a fantastic comedian. I love the fact that, like, well, wouldn't you think, she says, like, well, wouldn't you think they'd show us pictures so we know what to expect? And Edwin Hodges' character, I think his name was Dorian, the guy that did like 5 tours or whatever.
I loved him.
Like, he's the one that said, like, no, like, and I'm paraphrasing, but they didn't do that because once you see what you're up against, you're not going to want to face them.
That's true.
So they kind of throw you right into the mix. His character, I initially thought was a total dick, and you're meant to feel that way.
He does a very good job.
Until you get his backstory.
Yes.
And you realize he's dead from cancer in 6 months. That's why he's doing this. I'm going out on my own terms. I'm not letting cancer dictate my life.
And the way that he chooses to go out was beautiful and perfectly timed.
Yep. Sacrificial. Yep. It was fantastic. It was for the greater good. Went out on his own terms. By the end of the movie, his character was great. Loved his character.
Yeah. Like, you get emotional when he finally dies.
Yeah. And
your gravelly voice has gotten into my voice now. Like, I've turned off my microphone to cough so many times.
I know, and I didn't, which is the sad part. I love the fact too that Dan and Charlie kind of have that moment right before he goes and he meets his daughter. He goes to talk to her, and where they're called. Oh no, it is before he meets her. That's right. And he's like, I'm just gonna, Charlie's so adamant that he's not gonna survive. He's not gonna die, or he's gonna die. And Dan's so comforting. He's like, no, he's like, you've got this. And he turns to Dorian and he's like, just take care of him for me. And then he walks off. And then Dorian and Charlie have that moment. He's like, so you're going to look after me? He's like, nope. And he walks away. Sam Richardson, by the way, too, I just remembered, is also Edwin Akufu from Ted Lasso.
Oh my gosh, that's true. Duh. Yep. Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dick in that one.
Oh, he's so childish, but it's a brilliant character.
Yeah, I do like that actor a lot. Was he in Veep?
I never watched Veep, so I don't know.
No, he was. He was in Veep. He played a constitutional expert. He was a lawyer and he had an expert in constitutional law. And I remember he was like their ace in the hole on Julia Louis-Dreyfus's staff, and they just never utilized him. And it was the most frustrating part of that show.
Yeah, I'm looking now. He played somebody named Richard Splett.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I like that actor. Every time he pops up.
Sam Richardson has been in a ton of stuff.
He's a good character actor.
Yeah, he's a great character actor. But yeah, I summed it up. I thought Tomorrow War was fantastic.
I'm so glad.
I did not know if I was going to enjoy it. I knew the premise of the movie going into it. That first 15, 20 minutes, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get around. Like,
that's how I felt about Scott Pilgrim. I get it.
the paradox stuff. Like, I don't know. I really I want to enjoy this movie because I like Chris Pratt. I love J.K. Simmons, but and Yvonne Strahovski I love. I'm like, I don't know. And then by the end of the movie, I was like, holy shit, that was awesome.
You just want to watch it again.
I plan to watch it again at some point.
My kids watched it, I think, every day for a good 6 months.
Jeez.
No, it was one of those movies where we'd come downstairs on a Saturday morning and they're watching it. I'd come home from work and they've done their homework and, oh, yep, they're watching it. Oh, they have friends over tonight? Oh, what are you guys going to do? We're going to watch Tomorrow War. Perfect. It was on my television more than Christmas Chronicles was, and that is saying something.
That's a great movie, too.
Yes, well, you can burn out on those movies. I promise you, you can.
Oh, trust me. It's one of the reasons why I hate the fact. A movie I used to love as a child was A Christmas Story. And now it's kind of a bitter pill to swallow now because TNT plays it 24 hours a day. And then TBS started doing the same thing with Elf. And I'm like, I will not watch it. I was like, because I still love that movie. I will not let TBS ruin it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I get it. I get the whole, you can burn out on particular movies.
Yeah.
Because I still haven't recovered from A Christmas Story, and it sucks because I loved that movie as a kid.
That's a lot of different movies. Frozen was the first one that I think we all burnt out on once we started having kids.
Understandable.
Oh my gosh, Frozen all the time. And Oliver and Company, which was my favorite movie as a kid.
I love Oliver and Company
as a kid. And it was on 3 times a day for 6 months. I couldn't do it.
Oliver and Company is probably one of my top 5 favorite animated Disney movies.
It's amazing.
Love that movie.
It sucked when I burnt out on it. When I saw it and I was like, turn that shit off right now. I can't do it anymore.
But speaking of animals, like that transition.
Yes, I did.
You had homework as well.
We did.
I've talked about mine.
We had Cameron Crowe's We Bought a Zoo, starring Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson. And other people.
Elle Fanning and
Patrick Fugit and Thomas
Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church. Yeah. So we went into it and I told the kids, I was like, yeah, we're all going to watch it. And the kids get really excited when Mr. Ben gives us an assignment. And I'll just tell you, at the end of the movie, both of my kids sit up and they look at me and they go, that was my favorite one yet.
Yay!
Yeah. So we really, really, really liked it a lot. That's a movie that I would want a sequel. I would want a sequel really bad to the movie.
The one thing I didn't tell you when I gave you this is that it is based on an actual story. It's based on an actual zoo that still runs to this day.
Yeah. No. We don't worry. We did all the trivia afterwards. And in the beginning of the movie, they say that it's a true story. I think that it is a total departure role for Matt Damon. I've never seen him do anything like it before, but I think that he was perfect for the role. Perfect. I don't think anybody else could have done it. And I saw that in the trivia that Tom Cruise was considered for the role.
I'm so glad he didn't get the role.
Me too, because I just think that Matt Damon could elevate a cereal box. I mean, he's just so good at what he does. And Scarlett Johansson is amazing. I mean, I love seeing her out of her Black Widow role as often as I can. I mean, everything that she does, I think, is really, really fantastic. And for people that haven't maybe even seen her outside of Black Widow, I invite people to watch her in anything. Jojo Rabbit's my favorite thing that she's ever done. But hang on. An itch that I couldn't get to. But this was so good. I love all the animals. I love the family story. I love that little girl, Josie. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. I just wanted to pick her up and squeeze her most. Rosie.
Yeah, his daughter's name is Rosie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she was adorable. She was adorable. And it had all of those touches that Cameron Crowe likes to put in his movies. You know, it's got that heart in it. It's very dialogue driven. It pulls at your heartstrings. He loves a good true story. I just thought that the movie was really, really well done. And it has Robert LaBruce, I think. Isn't he Robert LaBruce from Braveheart?
Yeah, I guess McFadden.
Yes.
McFadden? I think it's Fadden. McFadden.
Okay. He's great.
Yeah, as McCready.
Yeah.
McCready is one of my favorite characters, especially the whole interactions with him and Ferris. Like his hatred for Walter.
I'll kill him.
Yeah.
I'll kill him.
When Walter Ferris visits the first time for the surprise inspection, and he's driving off, and McCready just is running down the road.
Well, because they stuffed him in a closet the whole time. They're like, no, you got to keep him stuffed in a closet.
And I love that scene because it's two guys holding one guy in. As you can see, he's obviously pounding on the door. He's like, and they're like, I don't know, the lock just doesn't seem to be working.
I do like, at the end with when they had the final inspection and the lion enclosure was broken, and so they're trying so hard to get it to lock again. And Kelly Foster, who is played by Scarlett Johansson, is like, hey, Solomon, pay attention to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
And I love how very into that scene too. It just becomes McCready just turns and he points at Solomon. He's like, you don't want me. I'm just fat and whiskey. And then you see Solomon start licking his lips. It's like,
he's like, I can do that. That sounds pretty good to me. I mean, aside from the zoo, aside from that, the beautiful, beautiful crew that the Me family. Was it Benjamin Me? Yeah.
Yep.
That the Me family kind of inherited. The story of that family, that broken family, and the desperation that Benjamin felt to fix his family and to fix himself and to really, find their path after their mom died or after his wife died. I just thought it was a really, really beautiful story. Cause it was really, he had no relationship with his son, Dylan, at all. And it became more of Benjamin's desire to just keep Rosie happy, to keep her wonder, to keep her spirit. And I loved that. My favorite scene, my two favorite scenes kind of go hand in hand with each other. And it's Benjamin and Dylan. I
want to predict one of them because it might be one of my favorite scenes too. Is it when they finally go to blows, when they finally fight?
At the top of the stairs.
At the top of the stairs. Yeah.
Oof, you can feel it. And that's Matt Damon, right? That is Matt Damon. That is all Matt Damon. Because
no, I think the actor that played Dylan was.
But what I'm saying is that kid got a master class in an actor with that scene. He probably learned more as an actor with that scene with Matt Damon than he probably ever will in his whole career. That's what I'm saying. Like kid, of course, is a great actor. But to be able to play off of Matt Damon And for Matt Damon to be such a trusting working partner to get this kid to completely lay it all out. I mean, that was an intense scene. It was beautiful. And then right after that scene, when Dylan comes in and sits with his dad as they're trying to make a decision about Spar, the tiger, I was crying during that scene. Crying during that scene.
And I was very glad that you know the decision has to be made. Like you're kind of with Kelly and the rest of the team. Like you know what needs to be done. You should do it. And you don't see the pain involved in it, because the next time you see Spar, it's in Memorial.
That was such a good call.
Yeah.
That was like, Dave said that at the end after the movie. He goes, that was such a good decision not to show Spar dying.
Yeah.
Okay, here's his memorial. Yay.
Yeah. But the other scene that I love too with Benjamin and Dylan is after that fight, because that fight is such an intense scene. And you're right. Like, that is a masterclass from Matt Damon about, how to act in that particular scene. And it's so good because the arguments that both characters are making, I'm like, I don't know who's more wrong here.
They're both right and they're both wrong.
Yeah. Like, they're both, you can tell in that scene, they're both trying, but they're both making mistakes.
They're both trying to be heard, but they're not listening to each other.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great way to put it. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. So, and that's family, right? I mean, that happens in our house. That's happened in our house a few times, right? I mean, my kids are getting to be that age that Dylan is, right? In the movie. So we've had big arguments in our house. And a lot of times that's exactly the problem, is that there's big feelings. Like, Dylan is at an age where he has nothing but big feelings, and his mother died 6 months prior. So you just kind of sit there and you're like, well, of course you need to listen to your son. He's drawing decapitated heads, but maybe it's because, he kind of needs his dad right now because he's feeling a little lost. And so buying that zoo was the best decision that he could have made.
And on the same note too, like even earlier in the movie when Dylan says like, oh, no teacher's going to give an F to a kid whose mother just died 6 months ago. And then you get to the moment where he's finally expelled from school, and the principal is like, look, we're a 3-strike school and this is his 4th strike.
Right.
It's like, you can only take advantage of the situation for so long before that's going to wear out. And that's what Dylan does.
Well, when we had that, I experienced that last year at my job, was that, we had kids that lost their dad or lost their mom, and they just checked out, and, they got into some pretty serious trouble, and one of them did get expelled from school, and it was a safety issue. And so you don't want to do it, but you have to think of the entire student body at one point.
Yeah.
So I do understand that. But I really, really loved that movie. I loved how much heart it had. I loved all the animals. I thought the animals were great. It made Dave and I have such wanderlust in our hearts. Us, we were a traveling family for a while. We've always kind of moved around. And at the end, he's just like, man, we could have bought a zoo. I'm like, yeah, we could have bought a zoo.
So the other scene that I was going to mention earlier with Benjamin and Dylan, one of my other favorite scenes in that movie is as they're getting closer to the zoo, getting ready to open, and Benjamin shows Dylan the poster, and it's Dylan's drawing of the tiger.
Yeah.
And just the smile that comes to, I'm getting choked up now.
And he's like, I'm your biggest fan.
I'm a fan, man. And I'm like, man, I loved that. And then so talking about like the wanderlust, and when you sit there and you realize like how cool it would probably be, like, yes, it's a lot of work, but how cool it would be to own that. There's that scene right after they move in, but they know it's a zoo and everything, where Benjamin just walks out and he's standing on the porch at night, and you hear all the animals in the zoo. You hear like the peacocks and like all the animals, and you're like, he's basically living in a jungle outside of LA. Awesome. Like, how cool
Amazing. Except there was no elephant. I really was hoping for an elephant.
Well, I love at the end of the movie when they tell you the actual story and it says next year they're planning on getting giraffes.
Yeah.
I was like, that was such like a nice little, I mean, and you realize the movie's from 2011. It's from over 10 years ago. So they've had these animals for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you, one of my other favorite scenes is actually the final scene in the movie when he takes his kids to the coffee shop where he met Catherine, where he met their mom.
And then they like kind of see their mom and they're like, hi. Oh, okay.
Well, because there was that.
Now my tears are going.
Because there was that scene earlier with him and Rosie where he's like, you can't really see her anymore either. And she's like, no, I can't see her. And then they see her again when he describes where they met and how they met. And he's telling stories again. He's telling
stories again. Yeah. Exactly. That's the best part is that, he lost because you see in the beginning of the movie that he is a thrill seeker. He's an outdoor journalist, I guess, right? He was a very successful journalist that went on a lot of different trips and had a lot of different adventures. And that all kind of had to stop. Once his wife died. And so I love it that, he even said, I was always looking at someone else's adventures. I was observing their adventures and acting like they were my adventures. But this right here, this experience, this zoo, this is my adventure. This is our adventure. And I thought that was a really beautiful speech and then he fired that woman, which was great.
That scene when he's like, Rhonda, because she was turning everybody against him.
She turned everybody against him.
And he's like, have fun in Mexico. Adios. And I was like, yes, goodbye.
No, he said, have fun in Mexico. And she said, I don't know Spanish. She said, adios.
Adios.
And that was such a good decision, right? Like he's like, you can't save everybody. And he's trying to save a zoo, save a staff, save his family. I'm sorry, I can't have a snake in the hen house. You got to go.
Yeah.
Or a fox in the hen house.
A fox in the hen house. I know what you meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't like getting idioms wrong. Yeah. So, I mean, I really, really, really loved that movie. And I want to watch it again. I want like a TV show version of it. You know what I mean? But I want Matt Damon to do it. So
I'm so glad that you like this movie because like I had a feeling you would, which is why I gave it to you.
Where they don't die.
Yeah, that's one of the main reasons.
Tortured.
That's one of the main reasons I gave this one to you. I was like, she has such a bad taste in her mouth from Guardians 3. I'm like, I give her something with animals that like will actually like is heartwarming and uplifting. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Guardians 3. I can't even think about that movie without crying. You brought it up.
Sorry. You said it first earlier.
Did not.
No, you said it earlier when we were talking about Chris Pratt. You said it earlier
because you said I don't know. You said something other than Guardians, and I said, "Oh, I can't think about you." You said Guardians.
Oh, okay. I said it first. You're right. Damn, I'm wrong twice in this podcast.
I know. Well, you know
episode.
What?
I don't.
It's not new. It's not new information. Yeah. I mean, I really, 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 and when he fired the lady.
Rhonda.
That left room for his brother to come on as the accountant, as the money guy.
Yeah.
And then it became a total family affair. When he brought all the fish
I love when his brother shows up with the haddock. Yeah, it's like, it was such a great moment. And the whole scene in the bar, too, when he's getting ready, like right before he fires Rhonda, when he's getting ready, when he's giving that speech, he's getting ready to say, like, the money came in, his brother in that scene is like, wait a minute. Like this
wasn't our plan. But then his brother understands at the end, he's like, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah. Thomas Hayden Church is great in this movie. Angus McFadden is great. John Michael Higgins is fantastic in this movie as Walter Ferris. He's such a dick, but like
he's such a jerk in the movie. But I like it that Rosie. The whole time I'm like, you better bring Rosie with you on this. You can't be mean to this little girl. And when she's like she goes with them. I'm like, haha, that's good. That's going to be their secret weapon. And then at the very end, she goes, hey, everybody says that you're a dick. I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
And they get the permit, which is fantastic.
And you could tell he was about to say denied until she said that.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of softens his heart a little bit that this little girl called him out on, because kids tell the truth.
Yes, they do.
So if this little girl is saying you're a dick, I'm probably a dick.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rosie softens his heart a little bit.
Rosie softens everybody's heart. She's so cute. Yeah. I'd buy a zoo for her too. I do everything I can to give her a zoo. She's so cute.
Yeah, the only character I would say maybe grated on me a little bit was Lily, which is Elle Fanning's character.
Well, she didn't really make any sense to me. Did she live by herself as a 14-year-old girl?
I didn't understand that either. I know she lived on the premises.
But she seemed to live above the restaurant.
No, she was on the ground floor because remember, Dylan goes to her window.
Oh, that's right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it was a weird every single time. I liked it when she kept bringing Dylan sandwiches. I thought that was really cute. But then there was like this weird like fight between them and like this little drama or whatever. Maybe it was for like teenage viewers or something. I'm not really sure. But yeah, I agree. It was a weird, because you never really saw, because Lily was Kelly's niece.
Is that okay?
But Kelly went home to live with her mom and Lily stayed at the zoo and lived there. That didn't make any sense to me.
Well, I mean, and the other thing about Kelly too that I really enjoyed is like she very quickly stepped in. She didn't try to become their mother, but she stepped in as a caretaker for the kids. Like the nights when Benjamin drove off and he wasn't back till late. She was there and she took care of the kids. And you kind of come to the realization as an adult that you're like, okay, it's probably not too long after this movie ends that she's eventually living in that house.
Well, I mean, even if she wasn't, though, he needed somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Not that scene that they had out front, the night that she did order them pizza, put them in bed, whatever, and she was there until he showed back up. He needed somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she needed to know him better to understand, kind of like what their story was. Who knows how much of because you never really hear him tell the story of why they're even there. You just kind of assume that everybody knows, especially at the end when he's like, my wife, whose name I totally...
Catherine.
He's like, Catherine would have, loved this or something like that, or it's about the people. But yeah, we really loved this movie. It was a really good movie. We all had tears in our eyes at one point.
Yay. Not that you had tears, but yay that you enjoyed it.
Yeah. And we all said, like, what's our favorite so far? Because we all recounted the movies so far. And We Bought a Zoo was the favorite so far.
Yay.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
I love this movie. Like, We Bought a Zoo is it's in my top 5 favorite Matt Damon movies. Spoiler for when I do the top 5 favorite Matt Damon episode of the podcast, but you will hear it is in my top 5. Absolutely.
It's very good. I really, really enjoyed it for sure.
So that brings us then to our homework assignments for the next episode.
Your homework assignment is the movie that I was going to give you last week
Mine is too.
Before I saw that it was Tomorrow War. I still can't even... I'm so glad that you've seen it.
My homework assignment for you is also the one I was planning on giving you last week.
Okay, good.
Until we started talking about Oppenheimer and Matt Damon, and then I thought about We Bought a Zoo. So, okay. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
I have backups because I'm not sure if you've seen this movie or not. My homework for you this week is just a stupid comedy that I love. I'm such a fan of this movie. It's one of those comedies that if I'm flipping through the channels and it's on, I will stop and watch it. Doesn't matter. I
can't wait. Which one is it?
What part of the movie it is. It's a comedy with Kelsey Grammer called Down Periscope.
I've never seen it.
Okay. I will not tell you. I'm not going to give you premise or anything like that. By the title alone, you can probably guess maybe what it's about.
A submarine?
It's about a submarine. So it is a military movie, but it is a military comedy.
Okay. Now, full disclosure, I am not usually a Kelsey Grammer fan.
So I'll give you a couple other cast members just to kind of maybe tease you a little bit. Kelsey Grammer, Lauren Holly, Rob Schneider, Rip Torn, Harlan Williams, and why is he not listed in the damn top of the cast? I don't know why. William H. Macy is also in the movie.
Oh, this is going to be a very silly movie.
It is a very silly movie.
Harlan Williams guarantees it's going to be a silly movie.
And his character is very silly. It is PG-13. There is no nudity. So you probably could watch this with the kids.
Okay. They really like your homework assignments.
Well, I have a couple on the list that they very clearly cannot watch.
Well, yeah. And eventually we'll get to that. We'll get to that point. But for right now, they're very excited.
Yeah. So
what did
this
Mr.
one,
Ben say this week?
This one, I think, is one they probably could watch.
Okay.
I think some of the subject material is probably why it's PG-13. Mainly because you don't see it only because it is mentioned. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but it doesn't ruin the movie. This is just the subject material as to why it might be subject to kids. Kelsey Grammer's character is a character who is known to have a tattoo on his penis.
Okay.
He has "Welcome Aboard" tattooed on his dick.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
You never see it. It's just referenced.
Of course, it would be R if you saw it.
So you never, it's just referenced. So maybe that's why it could be leaning more towards the PG-13.
Oh, I'm giving you a different kind of movie.
Oh, boy.
Now it makes me want to say, well, should I just do a comedy?
No, it's fine. It's totally fine.
So I'm giving you a movie that it was my favorite book that I read the year that I read it. My favorite book that I read the year that I read it. And I thought that they did a really good job with the movie. But it is Just
Ready
Mercy.
Player One.
No, it's Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan and Brie Larson and Jamie Foxx.
I've never seen it.
It'll make you want to read the book.
Is this the one? Is this like the courtroom? Is there like a courtroom scene in this?
I can't. The rules
you can't tell me. Yeah. Oh, that's right.
That's right. Rules are we don't tell each other about the penis tattoo.
I only told you that so that you could judge if the kids watch it. That's the only reason I told you that.
Yeah, no worries.
So
it's really good. It's, they did a really good job. The book is much better, much better, but that's how it always is. But they did a really, really good job with this movie. I'm really excited for you to watch it.
Okay. Is this on my list of unwatched?
Yeah.
Is this where you got it from? Okay.
Yeah. I'm going off of your list.
You have a reference list.
Yeah, I do.
I don't.
Yeah, but you don't take anything off.
No, but they are
seen it.
They are marked as watched.
Not
at least on my side, I can see which ones I've watched.
See, look.
Yeah, but I haven't. Yeah, but click on Midnight in Paris.
Okay.
Does it show it? Oh, see, it probably only shows it watched on your end.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll go in then and take the movies out that I've watched.
Maybe that's what you should do.
Yeah.
That'd be very smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that one, and I've got a couple more that I'm excited to.
I have.
To you.
I have a whole. As of right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 more. 9 more, and there's a number on here that I'm very excited for you to watch. One of them, the one that's at the top of the list, is one that is like We Bought a Zoo level. Like, I'm excited for you to watch.
Yay. Yeah, I've got one that I'd like for you to see that's not on this list, so we're going to see if you've seen it or not.
Yeah, I have a couple on here that I'm not sure if you've seen or not. But I have backups. So if I mention one that you've seen, then I can go to another one.
Perfect.
It's going to happen eventually that we're going to mention one that we've seen.
I'm just really glad that you finally watched the Tomorrow War. I'm still
you said that with Dune. You said that with In the Heights.
I know. Well, they're all movies that you need to see.
Yeah. Well, that's the point of this podcast.
I think so. So,
on that note, as we begin to wrap things up, we have our homework assignments for next week. So Down Periscope and Just Mercy are the two movies that we're going to discuss next week.
Two totally different movies.
They're two totally different movies. Be sure to check out all the other episodes of Wilhelm as we go forward. What do we have coming up on Wilhelm? The recording of my panel with Peter Cullen, aka Optimus Prime, is coming up. That was from Fan Expo a couple months ago. Jason from Podcastica is going to be joining me. We're going to do top 5 favorite Robin Williams movies. That's going to release on Friday, August 11th, which is the anniversary of his passing. And I got other stuff too. I got a bunch of other stuff coming up on Wilhelm. And then on Revisited, which you and I do together, we are almost done with Lost. We have about 6 more weeks of Lost before we jump into Ted Lasso, which we just announced this past week.
Yes.
Very excited about that too.
Very excited.
WilhelmPodcast.com is where you can go to find all the information on the podcast. And we want to hear from you. What were your thoughts on We Bought a Zoo and the Tomorrow War? What are your thoughts on Just Mercy and Down Periscope? Let us know. Reach out, either an email or voicemail, by emailing feedback@wilhelmpodcast.com. And if you want to check out Revisited, that's revisitedpod.com as well.
Yeah, do that.
I think that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
There's no more. There's no more.
You're still here? Go home.
Go home. What are you doing? There's no extra scenes at the end.
There's no. I actually stayed till the end of Tomorrow War to see if maybe they were going to tease something, and they didn't.
No, that's what Dave always looks it up when we're in the theater. He just looks up if there's extra scenes in a movie.
There's a website you can use. It's aftercredits.com.
Ooh.
I do that too. If I'm sitting in a theater, I go to aftercredits.com. I look up the movie, and it tells you whether or not there are mid-credit or post-credit.
I love that. I'm going to give that to him, and he's going to just have that always up.
Always bookmarked on his phone. So, but that's it for another Movie Swap. I like Movie Swap instead of Movie Swapcast.
I like Movie Swap too.
Yeah, Movie Swap. The Wilhelm Movie Swap is just better.
Yeah.
It just works better. But that's it for another episode of Movie Swap. Thank you, Kristin.
Thank you, Ben. Kristin and Ben talk about nothing.
Bye, guys. I'm going to go get a pretzel.
Pretzel.